What's up, YouTube? This is Big Mike. I got another question for you guys, man. Apparently, from what I saw, Kevin Durant is willing to take a pay cut if it will help the Golden State Warriors re-sign or keep intact, really, the nucleus of this team to have a long-standing run at success and ultimately championships in the not too distant future for this club. I was under the impression earlier when he made this decision that he really just wanted a ring. I thought that he once he got a championship that he might resign somewhere else. I doubt him going back to OKC at this particular time. I thought maybe he would sign with the Wizards or something like that. But apparently, excuse me, apparently he really likes playing with his team. So this is my question. How successful do you think this Warriors team can be historically, from a historical standpoint, as far as winning championships? Shaq and Kobe, of course, won 3 consecutive titles in the early 2000s. They could have been more successful had friction between the two star players not been a problem. Of course, the Bulls won 6 titles in the 1990s. The Boston Celtics, the 60s, won 11 championships in 13 season span, 1956 to 1969. What other dynasties? You had the early dynasty, the late 40s, early to mid 50s of the Minneapolis Lakers, who, of course, ultimately moved to Los Angeles. I don't know if I would call the Spurs a dynasty per se, because their championships were spread out. But of course, they won championships, 5 of them. The first one in 1999, the last in 2014. And of course, you had the Lakers of the Lakers of the 80s, who won 5 titles during that decade. And I believe they're the only team to win back-to-back in that decade in 87 and 88. So what do you think the Golden State Warriors can rank? And please be, I don't know. I guess realistic. I mean, I'll put it to you like this. When Jordan and Pippen won their first NBA titles, Jordan was 28. Pippen was 26, I believe. No, 24 because his birthday came later. Jordan was 28. Pippen was 25. So you take their ages, and that's roughly about the ages of these guys now, mid to late 20s. So, and of course the Bulls went on to win 6 titles. Jordan missed 1 year, could have been a little bit more. Really a year and a half. I think Golden State could possibly win 4 or 5 titles the next few years. I just can't help but think that there's going to be some other team in the era that we live in now with this super team thing. I can't help but think that there's some other team that's ultimately going to catch up with Golden State in some way, shape, or form. These things tend to balance out, generally speaking. I just tend to think that ultimately there's going to be some type of balance to an extent with this. I don't know what team is going to be. I don't know if LeBron James is going to win any more titles. He's declining as a player, and in order for him to win titles, he's going to literally have to have help. So that's my opinion on that. I think that Golden State could win up to 5 titles, maybe more, maybe. But I think they're going to win at least 4 or 5 championships. I mean, 2 or 3 more additional titles. One of them, of course, not including Durant, but that's just my guess. But tell me what you guys think.